Hello everybody, it is me Darcy. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this, the Unnamed Podcast, where I sit here with this guy for about a time, talking rubbish or whatever else comes to my mind. Usually, my mind, very rarely his mind, but you know, and of recent,
it's happened.
he actually added something of value. So,
Yeah,
the world's a crazy place and it will shock you. It will shock you.
indeed.
Anyway guys, welcome back. Let's get started the way we often do with a little bit of channel news. Chris, take it
Indeed.
away.
So, Monday was Indiana Jones.
What was Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Loving that game.
Did you get out of the Vatican City?
No. I am getting
Jeez.
closer to getting out of the
Jeez.
Vatican City, but I actually pretty sure if this is the episode I'm thinking of, I actually spent a lot of time just being lost and confused.
Fuck, okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm like, I have no idea where I am. And I was like, wait, what if I go over here? And I was like, wait, I don't even. How did I end up over here? And I was like, what if I go here? And then, yeah, basically everything was just confusing me, and I had no idea what I was doing. And there is literally a point, I believe, if this is the episode I'm thinking of, where I go out a door, walk around a corner, go in another door. I'm like, haha. Where does this lead? And it leads right back to where I was literally just like 5 seconds before. And I'm like,
Jeez.
right.
Yeah.
I thought I was onto something there.
No, not at all.
I wasn't at all, but you know, I thought I was. But I do make some progress. You'll be happy to hear that. And, you know, I think, as I've said multiple times, like, about that game, it is bringing back the old Indiana Jones vibes. And especially from, like, the first 3 movies. And I love that. But if you've ever seen the first 3 movies, you know that he's kind of just blundering his way through things, and that's what I'm doing.
You're doing it well. You're doing it. Perfect.
That's all I'm doing. But yeah, so you know, I'm trying to finish off as much of the story as I can in each part, and like all of the extra kind of side mysteries and everything, purely because, as I've said in the past, you can travel back to places you've already been, but I feel, for me personally, that would be kind of like a death note in the game. It would be like where I go like,
but this doesn't make fucking sense.
all of a sudden my enjoyment is starting to disappear, because it's like, yeah, exactly. It doesn't
Oh,
make
yeah,
sense.
I suppose you do hate it when you've got to go back and forth.
Well, not only do I hate it when I go back and forth, this game is practically an adventure. It's practically an Indiana Jones movie. And sorry if I can't remember when Indiana Jones was like, cool, Temple of Doom, but first I've just got to go back to the college and do some stuff there, and then I'll come back. No, you just keep going from one place to the next once you're ready to go.
What's that? I forgot something? Well, too bad. It's staying where it is.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
There's too much to go back constantly.
I just feel it like breaks the immersion in what the game is trying to do, which is, you know, to tell an adventure story.
Yeah.
And it's really important, I feel, when you're trying to tell an adventure story, that you actually keep that in mind. And I get it, that modern games have all these conveniences, like, oh, you missed something in a past level, go back and do it again. But I feel like it's those modern conveniences that sometimes ruin games.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, we know you don't want to spend any more time than you have to, so we're making it easy for you. But at the same time, it's like, back in the old days, you just were like, shit, I missed that, I'll have to play again. And maybe you don't play again, but maybe you do. And I think that when you're building a game that is, like, I've always thought there's like 2 types of games. A multiplayer game and a narrative game, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You can have multiplayer games that have good narrative in them, but the reality is, what I'm talking about is like multiplayer co-op, or what's the other thing that's not cooperative? When you're not working with people but against them.
Huh? I'm having a blank here too. Right.
Pretty much multiplayer, everyone against everyone, your Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Antagonistic stuff.
Yeah.
Or it has a story. So it's either a multiplayer game where everyone's just jumping into the multiplayer, a la Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Or it's a game that has a really, really good story, and you can play that multiplayer or whatever, but you can also just play the story. And if a game's about playing the story, anything that kind of makes the story go like, oh, is a bad thing.
True.
So I think a great example is the Uncharted series, because that is kind of what the Indiana Jones game should be like, because they're adventure games.
Yeah.
Lots of murder in them, but they are adventure games. Like, way more murder than in the Indiana Jones game.
True.
But you can't just go backwards. You can't be like, oh, hang on, I missed something in that last level. Let me just go back to that level. It's like, no. The story is pushing forwards. You have to keep pushing forwards.
Yeah.
And I think that's what adventure games need. I think that's what most narrative games need, is everything is in thing to the story. If you want to be a completionist, you've got two choices. Complete it there and then, or come back and play it again.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. Not every game needs to be like a Metroidvania, where you've got to go forwards to unlock something to come back to do that thing. In fact, I would say most games shouldn't do that. Most games shouldn't need you to go forwards to the end of the game to unlock an ability to come back to the start of the game to collect something. Because
it's a lot.
At that point, it's like, you've already finished the game. You've had to get to the end of the game to come back to the start of the game. You finished the game. Why are you coming back? You know,
Well, Castlevania, that wasn't the case. Technically, you hadn't finished the game.
well, no, but at the same time, it was like you unlock skills because it was all back and forth. But that's why it was a Castlevania game.
Yeah.
Or a Metroidvania type game.
Yeah.
Whereas most games are not that type of game. Most games are pretty much straight lines.
Straight lines, you get to the end, it's done.
And then they're like, hey, you unlock this skill. And, like, you know, that's something else that I've always hated about a lot of narrative-based games. Get to the end, hey, you've now got this ultimate skill. I've finished the game. Yeah, but by beating the boss, you unlock this ultimate skill. No, I've finished the game. I don't need any more skills.
I shouldn't have got a skill now.
I'm not going to go back and play this game again, or play this game now that I've finished it, just because I have a cool skill.
Yeah,
There's nothing in it for me.
Yeah, it's like I've been playing Infamous Second Son recently, just because Nick and I are hoping something happens with the originals, because
No.
I believe we heard something.
You heard nothing.
I'd have to look into it. But either way, we've been playing that, and we both go through and do it the same way. We complete everything as you go through. But when you actually get to the end of it, you unlock the final ability while you're in the final boss fight.
Yeah.
You can use it afterwards to, I don't know, complete everything. But if you're anything like me, you've already completed everything. There's nothing more to do in that game.
Yeah.
It's kind of pointless giving an ability at the very end of a game. Like, it makes the final boss fight that little bit harder, because you've got to figure out the way that you play it a little, or at least that one a little better, while in the boss fight.
Yeah. You saying that did remind me, I did see something where it was like an old game is getting something new done to it, but I can't remember what it was anymore.
Well, I've seen a couple things. Like, I saw something about Infamous. I don't know whether it was remaking the originals or a new game.
Well,
I've seen Jack and Daxter.
It's sort of like to use a game that I actually did 100% complete, the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
It was sort of like that. Like, once you 100% completed it, and it was like, hey, you've unlocked this. And I was like, cool, but I don't have anything left to do anymore. Yeah. Now, they fix that by being like, okay, now here are the DLCs, which you can use all the stuff you've unlocked and give you a little bit extra to do. But at the time when you 100% completed the game, it was like, here's a reward. And it's like, I have nothing left to do in your game. I 100% completed it.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to turn it off now, because there is literally, by your own admission, nothing left for me to do in it.
Because it's literally, oh, here's a skin because you 100% the game. It's like,
I'm done.
So is there 120%? What's happening?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's sort of like where I am with Indiana Jones. I am trying to do my best to keep the narrative alive by not going back. So I am trying to do everything I possibly can to finish all the things that are available whilst I'm there. Which means, you know, trying to get all the collectibles, trying to do all of that. However, at the same time, I am also pushing the story forwards. That's kind of what I was doing when I was getting lost, just trying to push the story forwards. I just was bad at it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so that was Indiana Jones. Mainly Lost and Confused. That's how we roll.
Nice. Perfect. So Wednesday, yesterday, was
It's just
Battlefield.
It was Battlefield. Battlefield 6 open beta. I spent so much time playing that over the time where it was available that I was like, oh, well, I might as well record some of it and just like so people can see what it's like, how I play it, how fantastic I am at it. Thank God. No.
Jesus Christ.
I will say this: like, there's two things that I kind of find funny about Battlefield. First of all, it's that it is actually a game where it's like, especially when you're playing on Conquest, if you get like 10 or so kills, it's like you're actually doing very well.
Okay, yeah,
because
fair.
it's not like COD where it's like everyone's in this tiny map. There have been times where it's like you can, especially if you're doing something like sniping, you can set yourself up and you see like 2 people the entire map because you've set yourself up in the wrong place.
And it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially if you
And
have
then,
a large
there's like other points where it's like, you're like, well, I'm just going to run in here because I know there's a lot of enemies, and you run in and the enemies have a tank. And you're like, well,
well, I'm dead.
yeah, exactly.
That's all that's happening.
I was actually pretty pleased with myself because I jumped onto it. I wasn't expecting to do well. I was like, well, and this is just because I haven't been doing well in a lot of like those first-person shooters like Battlefield recently. But I jumped in, and in the first game I played, I got something like 4 kills, and I was like, I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I thought I was going to do a lot worse. And then as I spent more and more time playing it, I was, getting happier and happier with my results, getting to play around with all the stuff that's new. The good news is I did figure out who the 2 teams were.
Yeah.
It's the NATO team and the Pax Armada team.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. They at least have done teams. Coalitions, but teams nonetheless.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool because it can lead to, we don't have to have too many different teams and we can have different looks at different areas. Whereas in the past it was always like, Americans, like Battlefield 4 is probably the best example because it had 3 teams. It was like Americans, Russians, Chinese.
Yeah.
And so there were some different outfits for them, like if they were in different areas, but mainly it was like that. So I don't know how they'll play it, but it's good that we've gone to actual teams again, and it's not just them and us. And the teams have looks, so you can tell straight away that it's like, oh, that's not me because they don't look like me. They're not wearing the same stuff as me. They're not my teammate, which is great. It's great.
Yeah, it's what we need.
Some things I'm really hoping they do between now and when the game comes out is add some more vehicles. I think I touched on this last time we were talking about it, but the NATO team using American stuff is great. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
America are a big part of NATO. The other team using a lot of American stuff, kind of questionable because they're not part of NATO. They don't have American stuff. It's like, oh, why are they using that American Apache helicopter? Because we were too lazy to put another helicopter in there. You don't have to do anything. It's just a model. So you've done it in the past, Battlefield. Just do it again.
It's simple.
Just, put in the model of the tank for the Russian side.
And let's be real. It's probably easier now than it was then too.
Yeah, it probably is. But it's like, let's be real.
Yeah.
It's NATO is practically American. Pax Armada is practically Russia.
Yeah.
So just give them Russian and American equipment and be like, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I do. And this is like one for feel. Feel is important in these games. But 2, it's also for making it easier for the players. Because remember how I was talking about how when you see a player that isn't wearing the same gear as you, and so you go, oh, that's obviously an enemy. Well, the same thing happens for vehicles. When you're not an American and you see an American tank rolling towards you, your immediate action is, oh god, that's bad.
Yeah.
However, then it's like, oh wait, no, that's my tank because it's got my guys in it. And so, again, it would just be nicer if they were themed with the sides they're on, because that way you'd just be like, oh, straight away, that's not my team.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, is that my team? I'll just shoot them with a rocket anyway, just to be safe.
Especially when you're playing realistic, it's the whole thing of like, well, that's bad.
Yeah, and as I said in the video, I do like to play hardcore.
Yeah.
I do like to just, I like to be able to kill my teammates. Why? Because it makes it harder.
Yeah.
It makes everything a little bit more.
The accidental shot has consequences.
Yeah. If you actually watch that open beta, there's times where I just start like emptying magazines into places because I saw movement, and in hardcore I can't do that because I might actually kill my own boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, Battlefield 6 is looking good. I'm really happy with it actually. It may be what brings me back to Battlefield. I played so much Battlefield 4 it wasn't funny. Like so much.
Yeah.
Every update was like hundreds of hours back into that game. All of the DLCs, all of that. I love that game so much. I mastered, like, I pretty much maxed out all of the sniping guns, and all of the sniping skills.
Yep.
And so when Battlefield 1 came out, I was like super happy. When Battlefield 5 came out, I was like, oh.
Yay.
When Battlefield, whatever the new one was, the modern one came out, I was super disappointed. I was like, wow. Battlefield 4 and 1 were two of the greatest games, I think, of the last generation. And one was at the start, and one was,
Yeah, one was beginning and end.
And the reason was that they weren't concerned with, oh, well, we've got to have operators and we've got to have this and everyone's got to be able to make themselves look different because that's what's selling at the moment. It was, they were just good games that had solid foundations and made it fun to play. Like, I guarantee you go back today and play Battlefield 1, you'll have fun. You go back and play Battlefield 4, you'll probably won't have fun because I think Battlefield 4 is far enough back now that it's probably just full of people who are hacking, but it's a fun game. And so to see a game, Battlefield 6, and it's closer to those two than it is to the ones that it's actually closer to, if that makes sense. Is a really good thing, and it makes me happy, and it means that, for a while I've been looking for a game that fills that Battlefield itch. I've been playing some Delta Force. I recently installed that onto my Xbox because it came out like 2 days ago on Xbox. But when Battlefield 6 finally comes out, I might be taking up that. Yeah. And going back and playing a lot of Battlefield 6. That might be my go-to first-person shooter now.
I think so.
So
I'll get dragged into it, of course.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Mate, squatting up is great.
Oh yeah, true.
Hanging out with your friends, jumping in choppers, it's great stuff.
Oh, of course. Especially if I get to be the one shooting.
And the panic, mate. The panic is great. I remember me.
Oh yeah, because you want everyone panicking, not just you.
Me and two of my really good mates in university used to play Battlefield 4 all the time. And we wouldn't just play it with the three of us who all had Xbox Ones and could play it. We'd also get the other boys. They'd get on the iPad and be like the general. Yeah. And so they'd be sitting there as we're playing. They're like, boys, what do you need? And we're like, fucking something. And they're like, okay, here's a fucking cruise missile. I'm like, thank God. But, you'd be rolling. Yeah. The three of us would jump into a Jeep and we'd be rolling. And one of us is on the gun. And one of us is in the front seat. And one of us is driving. And then all of a sudden you spin around the corner and there's a freaking tank. And you're just like, go, go, go. The guy in the gun's like, pop, 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 pop. And he's like, get us out of here. And the person in the passenger seat's like, I am fucked. I have no control over any situations here.
I can't shoot, I can't drive, I'm fucked.
You're like, get us out of here, boy. And he's like, I'm trying to. And you're like, oh, shit. And then the boom, and you explode, and everyone goes, Jesus Christ. Yeah. You had one job. But, that was, that's the fun. That's what it was all about. It was about hanging out with your boys. And as I said, I think it's a good thing that games are trying to be fun again. It's a wonderful change that from the past couple of years where it's been like, games should be art. Well, games can be art.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't be aiming to be art. Your aim when you make a video game shouldn't be, people will look at this and go, wow, it's art. It should be, people will look at this and go, wow, it's fun. And then it'll become art later on. Like when people go like, wow, it was fun and it was really good looking and had a really good story, and it was like, that's when it becomes art. When it's when you go out and just be like, I'm going to make a game that is art, you've already failed, because the whole point is a game is a game. It needs to be playable. It needs to be fun first. And Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, they were fun to play.
I never actually played them.
You missed out.
Yeah, I'll have to play the next one when it comes out.
Yeah. I sometimes go back and play Battlefield 1 on the PC with my mates. It's hectic. Nothing is quite as terrifying as having someone charge at you on a horse while you have a fucking bolt action rifle and you're like, please stop.
Fair. That makes sense.
Or, screaming as you run across the battlefield as people fire machine guns and you're just bayonet charging. Oh!
I'll take one of them down. Oh, fuck, I didn't.
I didn't even take one of them down. Like, there was a trick that I used to use in Battlefield 1, which was the bayonet charge is slightly faster than your normal sprint. So if you've got to move, you just bayonet charge across the open ground.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
And then when you get there, it's like you've got some like cooldown stuff and your aim's off, but you've made it across the open ground, so you're safe.
Because there was a lot of open ground on that, wasn't there?
That was a bit.
Yeah.
That was a bit.
Because I saw some stuff on it, and I'm like, I'd be fucked if I was in that, because of my habit of running out into the middle of shit. Which is a bad habit. It's a problem.
Yeah. But yeah, so Battlefield 6, it's looking good. If they can make a few changes that I'm hoping they are actually trying, I think there are a few changes they can make that will be worthwhile changes.
Yep. And
will make the game just that little bit better for everyone involved. And yeah,
makes sense.
I think the big thing that Battlefield really need to focus on at the moment, if it is to stay as a franchise, is remake Battlefield 4 and 1 just new. Just make new versions of that. What you did there was good. Make that new.
Honestly, it seems like that's what a lot of people want at the moment.
Yeah.
It is just, I want to play that game again. I can't because my old console's not working, or I don't have it anymore, or whatever it happens to be. But it's really not that difficult, especially if it was at the beginning of I
think the other problem is this though, right? Because when you get remakes and everyone's like, oh, a remake of this game that I really loved is coming out. But with the people who are doing the remake are like, well, we'll put our own personal touches into it. Yeah. And every time they try and put their personal touches into it, something goes wrong. It's like, don't put your personal touches into it. Just remake the game. Do what the people want.
Do what the people did before.
And the reason that I always get worried, if they said to me, we are going to remake Battlefield 4, all of its content.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang. It'll just be a brand new Battlefield 4. Faster frame rates, slightly looking better, because it doesn't need to even look that much better.
No.
It was a fine looking game. It will just be that, but it will be new. I would probably still be super apprehensive, because I can almost guarantee that they're going to do something and they're going to be like, well, we removed hardcore mode. And why? Well, we thought that we just would, so we did it. And it's like, why would you do? You said you were just making the game
the same,
new. You were just taking that game and making it new. It's like, oh yeah, and then the very next thing would be like, oh yeah, and also we have massive server issues. Yeah, you'll jump into a game with someone and within 10 seconds you'll be kicked.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, why? Oh well, we kind of fucked up there. You were just making the game new. What were you doing that you caused all these... Oh, well, we had to do, a few small changes. We had to do these changes, and that change, and this change. And we had to change this as well. And it's like... Game. Make it new.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Don't change anything. Just take it and make it new.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm digressing. Obviously, on Friday, guys, we have the podcast. You'd know if you're watching this right now.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, because this is the Minecraft week, I'm back in Minecraft continuing the Halloween Island, and today is a big landscaping one. So I do a lot of landscaping, making the ambience right, as well as doing a little bit of problem solving. And when I say problem solving, I mean trying to figure out how to make redstone work the way I wanted to. I'm discovering lots of new things about that whole system, and it's great. It's going to open a lot of doors for me and for Kris.
Obviously.
But boy, can it be confusing, especially when you have no idea what you're doing, and Minecraft does its absolute best to explain nothing to you.
Yeah. That's a thing.
It's a thing.
So-
It's a thing and a half.
Especially with redstone.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I've tried to use redstone before, and I've ended up just giving up because I'm like, you know what? I can't be bothered to watch a video.
Yeah.
And this ain't fucking working. I'm done.
I was trying to figure out something, and it's like, okay, right? I'm like, what do I need to do to get this from where it is to over there? And I'm like, well, okay, so I've run the redstone, but obviously it's not, like, the signal stops. Doesn't tell you, like, nowhere in the actual Minecraft game does it tell you that a redstone signal will only go X amount of distance, which you think would be useful.
But you would think so.
And then it also doesn't tell you what is the tool to make it go further and how that needs to be set up. It's like, oh, you'll figure it out. And it's like, no, you won't.
It's
Not unless you go to someone who has spent a lot of time figuring it out. And I guarantee those people are probably riddled with cancer from all of the stress they put on themselves trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
When it would have taken, like, 10 seconds to put a little description being like, yo, redstone does this. Yo, this does this. Yo, this is this,
Yeah.
But, it's Minecraft. A game where you can do so much stuff, provided you're willing to rip your own hair out learning how to do it. Which is
Pretty much.
fucking ridiculous.
That's why I just build basic shit.
Yeah. But as I said, guys, I am pushing along, and I say this all the time when I'm working in Minecraft. It's all about aesthetics to me, Like, I can build anything and be like, oh, this works, so it's okay. But I'm not that person. I'm like, this works. Now I have to figure out how to make this work and look good. So a big part of everything I'm doing is about the feel, the aesthetics, how it looks, what it's like to be there. So hopefully you'll but when you check out the video, you'll see like what I'm doing and how it's working, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that looks nice. Because I'm really, really proud of it. I'm really proud of what I've achieved. I haven't even started building the house yet. I've torn down the lighthouse because it was bugging me so much. I fucking hated it. I hated it. It didn't look right. It didn't fit, and so it had to go.
Fair.
So now I've got to rebuild the lighthouse. A few extra things I've got to work on in the grounds before we move on to the house. But at the moment, 90% of everything that I'm working on is working.
Yeah.
There's a few changes I've got to... there's a few things that I want to change to fix to work better, because the current way they work is like I have to go and do something, which I'm perfectly fine with it because it's like a combination. It's like one person does something, the other person does something. We're all good, right? Yeah. Everyone's happy. Except me. I'm not happy. But yeah, so hopefully everything is working as it is right now. I want to make a few changes so that things are a little bit cooler. But that does involve more experimentation, which I kind of don't want to do on film because it's just a whole lot of me being like, does this work? No. Okay. Does this? No. Okay. Does it? Okay, this is working. How do I change this state into what I want it to be state?
Fair.
But yeah, so at the moment, everything that needs to be working is working, and I've played around with a few things to get them to function at the moment. I haven't figured out how any of it's going to all come together yet. But fortunately, as I've said in the past, I did actually build this with built-in... I pretty much have a giant spot under the island to make everything work. It's almost like I built in a wire room so that I can run everything that needs to run.
Fair enough, yeah.
And it's like, and hopefully once I've got it all up and running, it will run without any real need to interfere. But if it does, I've also built a secret way that I can enter the island that no one else can. Or at least Kris won't be able to use this way to get into the workings of the island.
Fine.
And you won't be able to because, first of all, without creative mode, you can't get into it.
So, you put bedrock around it.
No, absolutely not. No, it's just you need to be able to fly to get into this spot.
Oh, I can dig down.
You could, but you're not going to have the tools to do that. You don't get anything when you come to the island.
Alright, fine. Are they got a sword?
No, absolutely not. Anything that you need will be found on the island.
Flint and steel.
No.
Oh.
Anything you need will be found on the island, and that's kind of the whole thing. It's a like ex-Resident Evil house.
Yeah, fair enough. Didn't he go in with a gun?
I'm trying to think who actually did go in with a gun. In the original one they did, but that's because they were police officers.
Yes.
In fact, I think in all of them they're police officers. Name one Resident Evil when they're not law enforcement of some sort. I guess 5, they're not really law enforcement. They're more like a paramilitary group. But that's even more guns.
Yeah, no, definitely more guns.
But yeah, so basically, what will be happening, Kris, is you'll be going there. If you need something, it will be like unlocked by you unlocking things.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I haven't yet figured out how everything's going to work, but I think I will give you a crossbow.
Yeah.
It's just ammo will be scarce.
I know. I figured that.
And enemies will be random. When I say random, I mean generally they'll be spawned by me at certain points. If I'm like, he's having a good time with this, drop a spawn egg.
Yeah.
But there will be no creepers. Fuck, there will be no creepers.
Why do I hear a creeper?
I will be cleaning them out if there are any creepers because I cannot be having them explode. I did not build it with that type of resistances.
Well, of course you wouldn't.
But yeah, no, so kind of like where we are, guys, now at the moment is I'm pretty happy with how everything is. I think I've only got to start building the house, and its basement. It'll probably be about 3 to 4 stories.
Okay.
And then I actually also have no idea how long it'll actually take you to do it.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who knows?
That's sort of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty straightforward.
I kind of have this like process in my head where it's like if you follow it, it's like we end up at a point where it's like, yep, okay, we're happy now, everything's good. This is the path you got to follow. But I have no idea how long that's going to take, and if like it could take a little bit longer if things aren't like 100% like follow this path. But I also don't want things to be like 100% follow this path, so you're gonna have to like solve stuff for yourself.
Yeah, obviously.
And I'm hoping it'll take you about half an hour, but I'm also like this could take longer.
You probably, yeah, probably. Let's not rule that part out.
I'm like, oh, this could take longer because like just the stuff outside the house. I'm like, okay, we've just done the outside the house stuff. I'm like, okay, there's like 6 or 7 secrets. I'm like, cool. Inside the house, I want there to be even more secrets.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Yep.
And it's like, cool.
8 or 9.
Yeah, but like each of them is like a whole thing that I have to kind of build and figure out and be like, okay, how do we do this?
Sounds right.
But yeah, if I can get all of that working, then it's just decorating. Like once everything's working, then it's decorating, and then we're done. And then once we're done, and it's like once we're done, and everything will be ready. I have to rebuild a lighthouse because the lighthouse is a fundamental part of the story I'm trying to tell. I just didn't like it, okay?
Yeah, fair enough.
It just didn't work. Didn't work with the vibe.
Fair.
So we'll redo it again. And we'll probably use copper on the roof so that by the time you get there, it's all like weathered and crappy.
Perfect. That's what you want.
That's exactly what I want. And then, yeah, but that's coming together, guys. And once it's done, honestly, I really wish sometimes there was ways to like just export parts of Minecraft. Because I would love to, like, once it's done, take it and just let other people use it and be like, hey, this works, go crazy.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's where we are right now. Oh, also I finished my ship. My ship is finally finished, and I did some maths.
I was about to say we should probably do that final part of the ship.
Yes, we just have to do the whole thing where we go around and make sure we, get what the ships look like in their final constructed thing. My ship is ready to go.
Yeah.
It's fully canon now. I just have to do the loading part of it, which is to put all of the shots. I've also found I also figured out how we're going to do it. So it's like you'll get a sword and a crossbow. They'll be your weapon, so you can weapon. But also you'll have two types of cannonballs: the fire cannonballs and the air cannonballs, which will just kind of throw the other person around.
No, fair enough.
However, I've also put the TNT in my ship, and I think I did the math, and it's something like 120 blocks of TNT are in my ship.
Nice.
So it'll be a big boom.
I just gotta hit one of them.
You don't even need to hit one of them, you just need to set my ship on fire enough.
Well, yeah, true. Or it's at the right spot on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the way to do it.
But at the same time, and again, this is the funniest thing, is I put all my cannons in.
Yeah.
I think on one of my decks I have more cannons than all of yours put together.
Jeez, fair enough.
Because we said no more than 10 a deck.
Yeah.
None of my decks have 10, but I have 9, 8, and 7.
And I think I've only got 2 layers. I don't think I went 3.
Yeah, you didn't. You only have 2, and I think your biggest layer is like 5.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I didn't put a lot in.
Yeah. Whereas me, I'm just like cannon.
We need to win this.
The thing is, it will be, I've planned out how it will be done, and it's like you can only load 1 shot per cannon, and you can only carry them in single stacks. So you can't be like, I'm just going to carry a whole stack of these cannonballs. Like, you've got to carry individual, like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
So it's like 9 cannons will be like, I have to fill my inventory, like my belt, then run and load each one, and then fire each one.
Fair.
But yeah, as I said, I'm also very proud with my ship. So we'll I'll try that again.
Yeah.
We will show them off, and then we'll do the ship one. That'll probably be in like 2 or 3 weeks ish. That we'll probably do that though.
Yeah. Well, 2 or 4.
Well, I was actually talking about filming it, but
Okay, fair enough.
Because we probably won't film it this week. We definitely won't film it next week.
Fair point. I was about to question why not next week.
So there we go. And then obviously, guys, the shorts have been coming out. Two shorts that I really enjoyed came out quite recently. One of them was the clay fight short. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. But it's proof that Kris can say stuff that is so stupid it actually leaves me speechless. And the other one is, and I absolutely love it, is the satisfactory one where I'm like talking about it's called "If We Didn't Have Science, What Would We Have?"
Oh, yeah.
And the crux of that is Kris's being rude about me and all my science work, and I pretty much tell him if we didn't have science, we'd have religion, and his reaction to that is just the kind of perfect reaction of, okay,
Oh shit, fair point.
right.
Right, I'll shut up now.
Obviously, as I don't know if I've actually said this to like on the channel or even to Kris, but I am aiming at trying to at least make sure that shorts are coming out on days we don't have videos. That's kind of my big goal at the moment. I know I used to put out shorts every day, but sometimes I just forget or get busy doing other stuff, and it's like by the time it's time to put out a short, it's like I have 10 minutes to get everything I need to get done. And you can do that with a short. It's doable, but it's just not very fun. So by kind of being like at least aiming for days when we don't have a actual video coming out, I'm making sure that we've constantly got a content rollover.
Yeah.
Other than that, subscriber count, Kris?
303.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Past 300. I told you.
Yeah,
You had to pass it.
I know. I
couldn't-
agreed with you.
You couldn't just get to 300. If we got to 300, we'd keep dropping down, but we've gone over 300.
Now we're staying up.
We're staying up.
It's what we need to do.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Beautiful. But yeah,
I think that wraps
just
it up.
wraps up channel news, guys.
Indeed.
Not really much else to say, so we'll skedaddle on. We'll move on.
Indeed.
Chris, what's been happening, mate? I haven't seen you in a while.
It has been a bit.
Through design, I haven't wanted to see
No,
you.
no. Fair point. I can understand.
I haven't seen you, so it's been working.
No. Hasn't really been a lot going on. I've caught up with a couple of people, like Herman and Liam have come through. Confirmed they're going to the party,
Lovely.
so that's good. Other than that, I did see something, and I don't know if you've seen it. I'm assuming you may have.
I do see a lot of things.
But I found another game which I reckon you'd like, which Gallipoli.
Gallipoli.
It's basically they're trying to go historical. You've got beach landings, like the.
Is it sort of like Hell Let Loose?
No, it's they're kind of going and trying to keep it realistic. So it's got
Oh, that's bad.
or somewhat realistic. Like they've got the classes that you would have at that time. But they said classes. They're trying to keep the weaponry accurate.
So everyone's using SMLEs.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah,
That's it.
I haven't seen too much on it yet because it's not. All it says is it's coming out early next year.
Okay, well, it might be something worth looking for me.
Yeah.
Just because I do like those old historic games.
And
Probably won't pick up a massive fan base.
I don't think so, but
it might be fun to play.
it's a short trailer, so you don't really see a lot there. But it looks like they've got the trenches and everything, as in the beach landings, all that sort of stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I do like a good first person shooter with some historical basis.
Yes.
But
I thought I'd bring that up because I saw it only like 4 days ago, and we were talking about that type of thing last week as well.
Yeah, well, we also just talked about Battlefield 1.
Yes.
Quite literally World War 1.
Yeah, I know.
Has a whole Gallipoli campaign.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you'll be happy to hear that my time with softball has come to an end.
So did you play on Sunday as well?
We did.
Nice. Did you win?
No. So we won the first elimination game. Absolutely destroyed them.
Nice. Nice.
I was robbed of 2 home runs.
Ooh.
Quite literally, I put up these lovely 2 hits that fly out and then land. There was no breeze, right? It was just sort of the flattest day. Put up these 2 hits and they go whoop. And as they're coming down, I'm like, where is that going? Where is that going? Bang. Lands right on the fence and rolls down into the lane.
Motherfucker.
Like, 1 inch higher. Or just the slightest breeze to kind of give it a little bit of a... I'm like, that's over that fence. No. So 2 of those.
Yeah.
And then my other 2 hits that day went pretty much the same thing, except a little bit shallower, so the center fielder could just catch them because they're just sitting there. Like, to give you an idea of how long they were sitting there, every time it happened, I was like, bang, and I was running around on the bases, and I was at second base, and then they were catching. I'm like, that was up there for a very long time.
They had enough time to be like, okay, here.
Enough time to set up a chair, get out a beer. Yep, got him. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
So we won the first day. I say we won. We actually mercied the other team, so we absolutely demolished them.
Nice.
And then the second day, we were missing a couple of key players. Which, doesn't sound like a big deal, but like when you've got we were missing our catcher, so we had to fill our catcher, which meant we had to take one of our outfielders and put them into catch.
Yes.
And so we were playing a little bit more with a bit less defense.
Yeah.
And, we did some good batting. We did okay. For some unknown reason, like, we'd go up to bat and it'd be like, hey, you're out. And then we'd be like, okay, guys, we got 2 outs. And then we'd go for like a good, like, 6 or 7 person run.
Okay, fair. Nice.
But yeah, so we didn't do too well the second day, but we went there, we played. I hurt myself again.
I noticed that.
Yeah, sliding into third base is dangerous.
Only third base?
Well, sliding into any base is dangerous, but third base is particularly dangerous, especially when the shortstop has just missed the ball. pretty much what happened is my very first hit on the Sunday, I hit the ball. It went out to right field. They bobbled it, so I ran to second. They overthrew second base, so I ran to third. But when they overthrew second base, they like threw it right behind third, so the person at third had to like pick it up and just like run with it. So it was a foot race.
Oh,
and
nice.
So I slid in and I got safe, but they kind of got my arm twisted up on them.
Ah, fun.
So I got to play the rest of the game with a fucked wrist. It's not broken, like the bones aren't broken, but the wrist is broken. It's not doing what a wrist should do. It doesn't like to move. So the wrist is broken, but the bones are fine.
Oh, that's what you want. Maybe.
Well, I can tell that I'm fairly sure there's no fracture because as someone who's had fractured bones before, I know that they create a massive amount of bruising, and there's no bruising. So it feels like it's just kind of like jammed up, and the tendons might have been stretched a little bit too far.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
but
pretty common.
As I said, the bones perfectly fine. The wrist broken because it's not doing what a wrist should do. It's not doing its job. And if something's not doing its job, it's busted. It's a broken.
No, I can agree with that. It makes sense. Yeah.
But it has been fun because I can't do things like open doors. Putting the pressure on to like push open a door sucks. So I've been doing everything with the other hand.
Yeah.
If I wake up and I've like got it tangled in my blankets and I go to just move it and it's all caught up, it hurts a lot. But other than that, everything's fine. But yeah, so we lost the second game, semi-finals. You know, considering we were the fourth place team because we did not win many games throughout the season.
Fair.
Again, didn't have a team for like the first half of it.
Shit. Okay.
Everyone kind of came back halfway through and was like, yeah, we'll come back and play. And we're like, yay, we can actually win games now.
Yay.
We don't have, 4 under-16s playing for us.
Oh. Rough.
So we came back. Getting to the semis was like, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we missed out on the finals. But, that's the break sometimes.
Yeah.
We made a valiant run at the end. One of our junior teams did make the grand final, so I'll be going to support them because they did a fantastic job, and I was like, well done, guys. You've earned me waking up at 8 a.m. on the 31st of August.
Nice.
No, 30th? It's a Saturday. It's the day your birthday is.
Yeah. Well, the party, not my birthday.
No, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've earned me being at softball at 8 a.m. I don't do this often, and I will never make it a thing, a common thing, because I'm not going to be up that early ever.
No, it sucks.
And I'm like,
really
but I will come and watch you play, and I'll watch the whole game this time. I won't just come for the end.
No, that is the best way to do it.
And then our C grade ladies, they had a bit of a drama.
Oh.
Yeah, the team that was supposed to play just didn't show up, and instead of forfeiting, they were like, "Oh no, you can play a double header on finals day."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because everything's about this. Well, no one is happy with it, and a lot of stuff is being sent off to higher ups in the Queensland Softball Association.
Yeah.
Because everyone is really, 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 really pissed off at how this was handled.
I can understand that. That is bullshit.
Because as far as I'm concerned, if you don't show up, you forfeit. And if you forfeit a finals, there's no different to forfeiting any other game.
I'm pretty sure that's in the rules of most sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be there to play the games.
Exactly.
Everyone else had to be.
Yeah.
So,
just because you didn't come in on the day you were supposed to be there, it's your own
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. No one is happy with that result.
Don't blame them.
But on the other hand of that, on the day we played our second elimination final,
Yeah.
I had to umpire a game beforehand and a game after.
Ah.
So I got to do 6 hours because all the games in finals are 2 hours of squatting. 2 hours before my game. So when I went out to play my game, I was like, I'm actually fucking tired as shit and my legs are heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then after playing my game, I went in to do the next one, and I was like, guys, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I've just done 4 hours of fucking work.
Yeah, sounds right.
And so yeah, I was like less than impressed, and I'm like, yeah, well, my team's out, so I'm not umpiring anymore. I'm like, they can put me down to umpire finals. They probably will. I'm like, but I won't be doing it.
Fair.
I got other shit I'd rather be doing. I probably won't even be there.
Yeah, that's
Like,
probably.
I'll come watch the kids. I might watch the B grade ladies play their first game. I'm like, but I have a party to go to that day, so I will not be fucking umpiring.
That is true. You do indeed.
So I'm like, and I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yes. That is the correct. The most correct response.
That
You,
is
actually.
the
Yeah.
most correct response.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was kind of that. That's that done. So now I just kind of got to make up my mind on whether or not I want to play during the summer in Gladstone.
Yes.
Um,
Driving down there, what, every week, every second week?
every weekend.
Every weekend.
But you know, it's kind of fine because I'm like, part of the big thing here for me is it's like I go down there because I coach an under-16s team, so it's like I've got to be down there by like 9:30.
Yeah.
And then because I was umpiring, I was often leaving at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or like at the earliest, I'd be like leaving at like 6:30.
Yeah.
So it was like they were really big days. But if I'm just playing down there, it'd be like, cool, I have to be there by the time my game gets there. So that's.
And then you leave straight
And then
away.
I leave straight after my game because I'm not going to be sticking around to umpire or do shit like that. I don't live in this town. I've got to drive.
And I'm not paying for accommodation to stay every weekend. Screw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
like,
fair.
I'll come down, I'll come play my game, and I'll fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, look, I will even do the umpiring if it's right after my game. Like, I'll be like, cool, yeah, I can.
And your game's early enough.
Well, our games are generally in the middle of the day.
No, it's not too bad.
So we get to play in the hottest part of the day.
Oh, obviously.
Which is great for a center fielder.
Yeah.
Which is where I have been doing a lot of my playing. But yeah,
Yes.
I like if it's like, oh, we've got an umpire after this, it's like, yeah, straight, I can do it. I am fucking amazing at umpiring. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing it won't be as long as days here because I won't have to be there for the whole thing.
And it doesn't. Well, it takes more than 10 minutes to get home. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a really, 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 really good reason to like not stick around.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry guys, I actually have to go home, and it's not just like I'm just driving down the road home. I actually am. I'm highway driving.
I'm driving to another town.
Yeah. I have an hour-long drive to get home, guys. I don't want to stay.
And that depends on traffic, because the time you'll be going.
And roadworks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I
I am actually sitting there going like, I kind of want to, and like it kind of like is better than like the alternative, which like just sitting around here doing nothing on Saturdays.
Fair.
It would again take Saturdays away from me being able to do stuff.
Yes.
But on the plus side, it would also be like, instead of people being like, hey, come do stuff Saturday, I'd be like, nah, sorry, I've already got plans.
Yeah, I'm done.
So unless I actually really want to do it, I'm like, nah, sorry, I can't come do that with you. I've got other stuff happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I sit right now. It's like I'm like, now I just got to make up my mind whether or not I go and play in the summer.
That'll be a rough one.
Eh.
Suppose better here. Better Gladstone than here.
Yeah. Honestly, I've heard a lot of people say that, and I'm like, honestly, I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
No, it's not going to be a huge
I
difference.
think the only difference is that Gladstone might get some ocean breezes because
that's
it's
pretty
on the ocean.
That's pretty much it. That's the only thing that would
But
help
otherwise, it's like, yeah, 94 kilometers. I don't think it's making a whole lot of difference weather-wise.
Oh, no. Fuck.
There's that magic line that's like 93 kilometers south of Rockhampton where all of a sudden the weather becomes palatable.
Oh, I know, right? No, the weather's shit right the way through, but it's legitimately that ocean breeze might make a difference.
Yeah. But no, as I said,
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm like, yeah, I'll go, give it a go.
Yeah.
It's something I've been thinking about for a while. I'm just like, yeah, it beats not doing anything, especially considering it's summer. And as I've said with the whole university thing, that'll be kicking off in March. So it'll be like, cool, I have time to do this.
Pretty much, yeah. That'd be worth it. Something to do.
Yeah. And people will be like, hey, Darcy, you know how people have that tendency to be like, Darcy, you don't do anything. They'll be like, oh, guys, I go to Gladstone every weekend to play sport. I
Yeah.
do things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shut your hole so you don't do things.
Which is weird because nobody ever turns around to me and says that I do nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Because I do nothing.
You do nothing. I know. It's crazy, but I guess it's because people always invite me to things. I'm like, sorry, I'm busy. And they're like, you don't do things. I'm like, actually, I do. That's why I'm busy.
Whereas I get invited to things and it's like, nah, I can't do it. I just don't give them a reason. In reality, it's I don't want to do it, so I'm not going.
Yeah. Actually, no, I can't be bothered. Sorry, fuck you.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, so that's where I stand at the moment. In
That's
other
fair.
news, Chris, I recently bought a game for the Xbox.
Yeah, what was it?
Helldivers 2.
Damn it. Yeah, fair.
I was like, because I was like looking there and they're like, oh, we're releasing on Xbox. I'm like, I don't really care. And I was like, actually, it could be fun on Xbox.
It could be.
I'm like, especially considering there's like some Halo kind of collabs going on with it because it's on Xbox now. So like, you know, it's kind of the whole you scratch my back, I scratch your back kind of situation where it's like, we'll put it on your console, but we want your famous Helldivers skins. And it's like, oh, you want our Halo skins pretty much. And like, yes, we do actually, yes.
Yes, please. Hand them over.
ODSTs, please, give us them to us. But I'm like, the reason I'm like that is I'm like, I didn't mind playing it on the PC.
Yeah.
I was just sort of like, I never played it enough.
No, that's fair.
Because it was kind of like, oh, I want to play it on the PC. Okay, let me do this, let me do that. And then I can't do the other things I'm using my PC for. Because it's like, YouTube doesn't like to run when this is on because of its anti-cheat software. And I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And, you know, and I can't quickly move things because it's like it's all locked in the screen. And so I never played it that often, so I missed out a lot of the events. But with it coming to Xbox, all of those events are likely to reset for the Xbox version.
You'd hope so.
Well, you'd expect so.
Yeah, true.
You'd kind of want it to be like, hey,
Well,
zero state. Because you wouldn't really...
Well, you'd have to do zero state for everything.
Maybe.
Because it's cross-platform.
Maybe. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But, like... Yeah, you'd hope that they'd do some sort of kind of reset because it'd be pretty shit.
Yeah.
To be like, so for, all that stuff that's happened, it's already happened. And you don't get a say in it.
Yeah, no, it is a bit shit doing that. Especially when people would probably come back for the events.
Oh, absolutely. If you would say, like, hey, new pretty much start point. So... the way I think it would happen is like kind of server based. It'd be like, hey, this is the new server where everything's going to happen like it has in the past. Yeah. And you know, maybe you can change the events. Yeah. And this is the old server where the stuff's already happened. You get to choose where you play.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That would work out.
But yeah, so I bought that. I was like, you know what? I'm like, it's relatively cheap for a game.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I was okay with it. The other thing that I found funny, just because I've seen it popping up a lot on YouTube, is people comparing Red Dead Redemption 2 to the new Mafia game.
Okay.
Which I love, because they're using time frame to compare it, right? They're saying, like, this is a game that came out in 2018. Look how good it is compared to this game that came out in 2025. And I just want to talk about it, because it's such a fucking false economy of comparing things. It's like, hey... Here's a game that took about, 10 years plus to make.
Yeah.
That is overly dramatic, made by one of the biggest companies ever, and is their magnum opus.
Yep.
Versus a game made by a small studio that didn't have all the money in the world, coming in from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yes.
And, it came out in the year 2025, and it's like, guys... Years don't matter in video games. What matters is the amount of money and the amount of people you have working on them so that you can... Most games don't spend as much time as Red Dead Redemption 2 does on anything. Yeah. Most games that have horses in them don't have realistic testicles that react to the weather.
Yes.
Red Dead Redemption 2 does.
Yeah.
Because they had that much time, that much money, and that many people working on it that they went, yeah, we can add that.
Hey, by the way, you're working on the testicles today. Have fun!
today.
So next month, 2 months.
For a 10-year design process, I worked on horse testicles. But I've just found it so funny because it kind of shows you the ignorance of people in the gaming sphere as to how games are made and just how different it is, and being like, yeah, a game that, you know, took like 5 years isn't as good as a game that took like 15 years. And it's like, yeah, no shit. Yeah, but it was worked, but it came out later.
So,
what the fuck are you talking about? Do you know anything about video games? No, you're just someone you're just a contrarian, and it's so fucking stupid.
Well, they wouldn't be looking at how long it took to actually make them. They're just looking at when it came out.
You're also not even looking at like the things of what matters in a game. It's like, hey, look, this is the reload animation from Red Dead Redemption 2. This is the No one is sitting there being like, people literally sit there and are like, yo, Red Dead Redemption, give me a little bit of gameplay that is quick and easy.
Yeah.
It's like, no one is sitting there being like, oh, no, this game's shit. Look at its reload animation.
Yeah.
Fucking no good. It's like, yes, it's nice when they have more realistic reload animations, especially for the Americans who know how these things work. However, for 90% of people, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And it's like, but this game that wasn't made by probably the biggest company in gaming isn't up to the standard of the game that they released, the best game they've ever released. It's like, you don't fucking say. Compare Red Dead Redemption to fucking Grand Theft Auto 5, and you'll be like, oh wow, Grand Theft Auto 5 doesn't hold up to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Of course it doesn't.
Because it doesn't. Red Dead Redemption 2 is like their fucking game where they're like, yo, we can do whatever we want and no one gives a shit, and they will still buy it, and they went crazy with it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, here's something we can do. Fucking chuck it in there. Oh, look, we could do this. Do it. Oh, here's a really fun thing. What if you shoot an animal with a gun and it ruins the quality of its pelt, instead of just being like, hey, once you've got a pelt, you've got a pelt. It's like, what if we had qualities? Fucking chuck it in there. And it's just annoying the shit out of me, because I'm just like, you can't compare it. That would be like saying, hey, I'm going to compare Tetris to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, Tetris wins out every time.
Yeah, I know, but that game came out in like the 70s, and Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Why is Tetris so much better? There are no blocks falling in Red Dead Redemption 2.
I know, it's real weird.
It's fucking ridiculous. That's why you shit out people on the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's pretty stupid.
As I said, it's like, we have all, like, it's so accessible to access gaming now, and, you know, see what people are actually doing, and we have so many people just, it's almost willfully ignoring the realities of the situation just so that they can be a dickhead.
Yeah, well, yeah, and as I said earlier, it's the thing, they just don't understand what goes into a game to make it.
I think
so. They must be going on the same thought process of like, oh, they all take about a year to make. It's like, no, they fucking take a lot longer.
But like, I guess it's also like this is because like back in the day, it was like we were seeing massive changes like in a game that came out, you know, 5-6 years apart.
Yeah, but now
like,
we shouldn't be expecting that much of a
No,
change.
because like the biggest change back then was the graphics quality. Now it's like we're getting games where it's like the graphics quality is good, and the only difference is, oh, these ones are fantastic. And it's like, yeah, but we're at a point now where it's like diminishing returns.
Yeah.
All that extra effort you're putting into the graphics, it's like,
they don't see it.
okay.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But like, yes,
well, let's face
back in the time when Final Fantasy VII was first released, and they were like, yo, this is Final Fantasy VII, and this is Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, there's a fucking big difference.
A massive difference.
And it's mainly graphical.
Yes, and that is the main thing.
It's like, don't be like looking at it and being like, oh, well, this one doesn't do reloads properly. No, because here's the crazy thing about it all, right? Doing those animations makes the game bigger.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a massive game. Remember how we complain about how games are all getting to like over hundreds of gigs? That's because they have realistic reload animations for every single gun and shit like that. Whereas we want games to start being smaller, which means the stuff in them has to be more compact, which means we're not going to get 100% fidelity on everything.
Which is fine.
Which is perfectly fine.
Not
I
a
would
problem with
much
that at all.
rather have a wonky reload animation than a fucking 2 games on my 1 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah, no, that's fair. 'Cause that's
Like, I
fucking
would rather have
ridiculous.
100 games with wonky reload animations on my hard drive than 2 games that have fucking perfect reload animation. And there's no clipping because everything is perfect. And it's like, no, I don't want that.
Look, I barely even pay attention to a reload.
No, because you're too busy paying attention to people shooting at you.
Exactly.
But not this guy. This guy shut a door so you could show you the reload animations.
What the fuck?
Fucking
That's...
wasting your time, wasting everyone's time. Stop wasting people's times. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's stop.
Fair.
Guys, thank you for joining us. If you've liked this video, consider liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing. If you haven't already, it really does mean a lot to us. Next goal's 400, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you want to see more from me and Kris, check out the channel. We have shorts, we have us playing video games poorly, and we have the podcast where we get together and just talk rubbish.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, shooting the shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Other than that, guys, once again, thank you for joining us. I've been Darcy. He's Kris. And we will catch you next time right here on the channel. See you later, guys.
So,
Broken finger gun.
hey. Yes, it is.